All right, welcome back to Life and Style. It's the kitchen segment right now. As I was telling Brian a few minutes ago, today is just bitings. We are going into the Christmas season. We're going into the festive season. If you want to be politically correct, people don't call it Christmas, they say festive season. So it's festive season. And what we're going to do today is make bitings, very, very simple bitings where you can impress your friends. You can try to show off. You can sit down and watch movies. That's what most people do during Christmas. They watch movies, they talk a lot, they discuss about their past life in the past 1 year. This is the opportunity to do it. So, Brian asked me, who's my guest? Joy. She's the one who makes me look good in most cases. Hebu piga picha hapa.
Close up.
Unapiga close. Brian, you remember when I told you close up? You never thought about it, eh? Close up, the official photographer of the KTN. She's in the studio today. Yeah? She's been asking me, Abdallah, when can I participate in your show? And I said, when can you take good movies on what we usually do? Okay, so she says, okay, I'll come. And I said, no, it's not just a question of eating, but I'll try to impress her with some of the skills. In fact, that's one of the reasons today I even printed a recipe for her.
Sticky chicken wings, 1 cup of water, 4 tablespoons of honey, 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, 1/4 cup of soy sauce, 50 grams brown sugar, 1 piece of chopped ginger, 1 lemon for lemon juice, 1 bulb of chopped garlic, 50 grams of chicken wings, 50 grams of chopped dhania. Mini meat sliders, 1 egg, mini buns, sliced onions, 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, sliced tomatoes, 50 grams of meat spice, 50 grams of mayonnaise, 200 grams of ground beef, 1 piece of finely diced onion, mini lamb skewers, 1 cup of yogurt, 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, 50 grams of spice mix, 250 grams of diced lamb, 20 grams of tomato paste, 30 grams of curry powder, 50 grams finely chopped garlic.
Sasa tuanze na mkono kwanza, osha hapa mkono. Brian, huyu kweli anaweza kupika huyu? Huyu tutampa kazi ya kuflip tu, si ndio?
Flip. Na leo naona tuna flip burgers.
Leo tuna flip.
Lakini umeziita sliders,
tunaziita sliders, Brian. Wacha hiyo maneno ya burgers bwana,
Unasema ni wa shamba.
All right. So my dear, ukikuja hapa, let's put this recipe in front of you here so you can always see it. Sure. Okay, so we'll start with the sticky chicken wings, sorry. I've already parboiled the chicken wings. The reason why I'm parboiling the chicken wings is that, especially if you're in a hurry. If you're not in a hurry, you don't have to parboil them. Just a little bit of water, salt, pepper, and then just let it come to boil and slide in your chicken wings. Don't let them boil, just let them parboil a little bit so that we don't want them to be too dry at the end of the day. I know you don't like dry meat, you told me.
Yeah.
You don't like the dry meat,
like
okay. So we've already done that, and they are already cooling down right now. As you can see, they're already cooling down. They've already been parboiled just a little bit, okay? Because with chicken wings, especially with chicken meat, you need to make it well done because of salmonella. Yeah. Okay. Otherwise, you might get. That's why when the chicken is not cooked and you see that there's blood, you can have rare meat in lamb or in beef, but not in chicken. Chicken is very, very dangerous. So always make sure that the chicken is well done. It's fully cooked. The other thing is that, especially when you have friends, you want to be entertaining them every now and then. So let's do this. Let's start with the chicken wings because it'll take a longer time than the lamb and the beef. Oh, let's start with the lamb because we need to marinate it, okay? So let's look at the lamb recipe. It's here. Okay, so what does it say? It says diced lamb, alafu spice mix. I've got the spice mix there. So weka kidogo hapo ndani. Okay? All right. Okay. Sasa ukishakuweka spice mix, veg oil. Kidogo tu. Why do we put veg oil? Because we're going to throw them into the oven later. Okay. Okay? So, kazi yako itakuwa ni kumix. Ndio wewe ni mixer? DJ. Au ni mixer au ni DJ? Okay, and then finely chopped garlic. So we've got garlic here. So a little bit of garlic. Okay, this is all that all goes in there. Okay, so this is chopped garlic, and I actually also added a little bit of chopped ginger. Okay, and then yogurt. There is yogurt. Cheza nayo kidogo namna hii. You know why we put yogurt?
Why?
because yogurt tenderizes the meat. It's a meat tenderizer.
makes
yeah.
it softer.
Yeah, yogurt is normally a meat tenderizer, okay?
I didn't know
So
that.
a little bit, today you know. That's
Now
why
I
you come
know.
to school here,
All right.
okay? At you didn't know, you have to pay me for that. And then we also talked in terms of a little bit of tomato paste. So a tomato paste, okay, in there.
Yeah.
Sasa wewe start mixing. You know what? This is the holiday season, my dear.
I will show you my skills.
Yes, yeah, and these skills are my culinary skills.
My culinary skills.
Yes, use your salt
cooking.
and pepper inside it also,
sure.
okay? So, okay, and that's your salt.
What are you adding?
Okay.
Salt.
Yeah, how did you get into photography anyway?
I began photography when I was very young. I've just been taking photos since time immemorial.
That's a wrong word to use. At
Yeah.
a time immemorial,
Yeah.
could be during Noah's time or Jesus' time.
I'd say
That's
from my
all-
childhood then,
Okay.
from when I was a little girl.
I know you are a lady, but how old were you? Just whisper.
28. I'll say it with my chest, I'm very proud.
You're very proud to be 28. Hey,
am.
how many other ladies? Brian, yeah, how many other ladies are proud to be 28?
Hey, chef, hata kupata hiyo tu gene, hiyo age too, it's a problem, you know.
Where Brian, you are 16, Naskia.
Yeah, I'm a sweet 16.
Endelia, I've added a little bit of lemon also.
Lemon, yeah.
Yeah. So what we're going to do right now is we are going to skewer these. Unajua kuskewer?
Mshikaki.
Yeah, hey, na Wafaransa wanaitaje le brochette.
Le brochette.
Hey, Brian, can you spell le brochette?
Le brochet.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Can you spell it though?
Le brochet.
Sasa Joy, do you know the reason why I'm wetting these?
So that they go in with ease.
No. Okay, yeah, that could be
Or
one
are
of
you
the
cleaning
reasons.
them?
No, I'm not. Okay, the other reason is that so that you, especially when you are using open fire,
Yeah.
you don't want to burn them.
Oh.
Yeah, so you wet them a little bit. So now, the moment after you've already marinated your meat, you just do 1, 2 skewers inside, okay?
Okay.
Watch out, these skewers are sharp. They can easily zinaweza kunia.
Puncture.
Okay, so 2 pieces of meat, depending on how many people you have, depending on how many items, you don't have to do 2. You could do 3, 4 pieces in a skewer. When you want to entertain your friends, you know, when you tell them that I'm going to buy a hamburger, they think you're going to a fast food joint. Tell them I'm making mini sliders and then surprise them. And they realize that they are small, small mini hamburgers, okay? So again, I'm putting, you have to multitask. And I know women are very, very good at that.
Yes, we are.
At multitasking. So as I talk, you also watch what I'm doing.
All right.
Yeah? Huku nafanya na huku naangalia mambo nyingine. So the next one we are going to do is meat sliders. So I need finely diced onions. I'm putting a few onions in there, okay. And then I've also got meat spice, which I just added, okay. And then I have vegetable oil, just a little bit of a few drops, because, you know, some meats already are a little bit oily. So especially when you're looking for the meat, don't look for very, very lean meat. Sure. You know, there's a difference between lean meat and the other meat that is a little bit of fat. It's good to have the natural fat from the meat so that you avoid using too much fat when you're cooking. Okay. Then the other garnishes, we'll put them later on. They'll be like the tomatoes and things like that. But you can add a golden touch to it. I always have some sauces around, so I like playing around with sauces.
What sauce is that?
This is a barbecue sauce. Unajua kidogo tu naweka barbecue sauce, kidogo kuwekelea, you know, usimwambie Brian akikuja jioni baadaye, don't tell him I've got a little bit of chili sauce that I want to add, okay? So these hamburgers, that's why I'm telling you, they are not like the hamburgers that you buy huko nje, okay? So since I don't want to obscure your beautiful hands, but I will mix it.
My hands are fine, chef.
I'll mix it and then I'll show you how to shape them.
Okay.
So let me mix them first. All right. So you just mix them in there. How did you get where you are right now?
I actually studied photography in my undergraduate.
If I already know how to take photos, let's say my parents have a camera and I fidget around with it, and I already know how to take photos. By the way, can we just put this in the fridge?
Okay.
Let it stay there for a while, okay? So I already know how to take photos, and I want to learn more about photos.
Yes.
What about if I went to Uhuru Park, and I asked those guys at Uhuru Park to teach me? That is also training.
Not at all. Of course, if you're getting training, you need to get training from a professional.
Are you trying to tell me those guys are not trained?
They're not
Asa tufanye
professional.
namna
They're not
hii?
trained
What do you
professionals.
mean professional? Ushaona? Kidogo tu namna hii.
Okay.
Kidogo namna hiyo. First of all, make sure that, because they will break. If you don't press them, they will break as you're cooking them. So they
make
need
a
to
ball
be firm.
first.
Yeah, they need to be firm. Unajua, yeah. So
They
yeah,
do that.
yeah. Then you just put them there. Si unaona ni tu hamburger tudogo. So, what's the difference between you and those guys at Uhuru Park
Actually, in
who
this,
make money also.
these are not professionals.
Yeah, but they make money.
In
At
this
the end
day
of the
and age,
day,
you don't have to go till Uhuru Park to see the difference between a professional photographer
Yeah.
and an amateur photographer.
Okay.
Everybody has a camera on their phone. But the image that you'll capture with your phone
Yeah.
and the image I will capture with mine,
Yeah.
same phone, same quality. It's
Yeah.
not even the quality of the
Are you
camera
trying
we're
to be a
looking
Tendai
at.
now? Press them a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Otherwise, you know, if you don't press them,
Yeah.
they'll be cooked in some parts and the other parts will still be raw.
All right.
And I know Kenyans like their meat well done.
Well done.
Yeah, just like our
No
beautiful
blood.
color.
Yeah.
Mimi nitaanza kutengeneza kitu chingine and then we just have to cook. Let me first and foremost, throw those skewers into the oven. John. Yeah, let me just throw, as you continue, I'm just throwing these ones into the oven.
Yeah.
No, no, housewife paradise. You can cook at the top, you can grill, you can do anything.
Yeah.
Housewife Paradise, just at the city center, near Macmillan Library. Hapo. They have, apart from this equipment, they've got so many other housewives equipment.
I'd like this for Christmas.
Unataka hii? Uko na huyo other half.
Ndio namwambia.
Sasa tuendelee na the sauce itself, okay?
Okay.
Hizo umeshaweka?
Tayari.
Weka ndani ya friji kidogo so that they can set.
All right. I've made something that's looking very tantalizing here. Is it okay if I capture that
Yeah,
with
go
my
ahead,
camera?
take the photos.
This looks really
Sasa
good.
jamaa anapiga nyama ya kusaga picha.
It looks good.
Jamaa anakuja anapiga, can I take photos ya nyama ya kusaga? Sasa hebu let me ask you sasa. Hebu niambie sasa. Okay, I'm throwing in, I'll just put, this is the sauce for the chicken wings, eh?
Yeah.
I'm throwing in my garlic. That's my garlic and ginger paste, okay? Sasa hata kuku mbichi pia unapiga picha?
Sitaka picha ya kuku mbichi.
Okay. And
Let
then
me
the
set
next
that
thing,
back.
I'm going to add a little bit of honey. I've got honey. You know, sasa wewe kweli nyumbani unamuita honey au unamuita particular?
Chef Abdallah.
Mimi nataka
Let's
nijue.
leave him out of this. Let's
There's
leave him out
nothing
of
wrong
this.
in asking. Unajua? Unamuita honey, unamuita I've also got my soya sauce. Unajua soya sauce, Joy?
Yes.
It's a little bit bitter. Okay?
Okay.
So it's good when you're using it to also use a little bit of honey. Eh?
Okay.
Okay, and the honey will also, the honey will also make the make your sauce a little bit sticky. You remember we call them sticky chicken wings, eh? Okay, so I need to add a little bit of stock. There is stock. There it is. There is stock.
Okay.
Okay. Remember when I was parboiling the nini? I added. Or you can use water. If you don't have stock, just use water. Add a touch of our magic spice, ili barbecue. Let's go for. Let's use sweet chili sauce inside it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, okay. Umekuja na kalamu hapa eh?
You already printed it out for me.
Because I mean, imekuwa ni kazi yangu kukuprintia. Okay. So the moment after you do that, okay, now you can throw in your chickens inside there and let them cook. Now you can do two things with this one, and that's the advantage that we have with this magnificent equipment. Okay. Yeah, you can see right now you've got some things cooking inside the oven.
Yes.
These ones can cook up here, or you can do vice versa, okay? But I prefer them to cook inside here. You know, one of these days, hizi kuku zinaweza kuzungumza na wewe.
I've always wanted close-up shots of what you do here, because
What?
from behind the scenes, I can only get angles from the outside.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you were trying to take all my secrets away.
No.
Kumbe ni hiyo. Haya, sawa. Kama ni hiyo dadangu, mimi I totally agree. Okay, so as those ones are cooking, I'm going to switch on another. You see, this equipment, you can cook about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different things, you know. Sasa, wacha hii kuku ipikike kidogo hapo eh.
Do you have any task for me to do?
I'm going to ask you to start cooking these nini. So, cover those things, let them cook very, very quick. Let's go on to our mini meat sliders. The moment it's hot, and how do you know that it's hot? You just take one of them.
Can you place
can-
it in?
Not yet. The reason why you should not put anything on cold fat, especially if it's meat, it tends to boil. In order to get that sizzling, you know, it's called searing actually, searing. So you get a very, very brown color on the outside. The oil needs to be very, very hot. So we can do two things here. We can switch because we don't want our chicken to cook very, very fast. We want them to cook slowly. So put the chicken there, put these ones there, and then this one will cook even faster now, okay? Now, these are two different things. Chicken cooks slowly. The mini sliders, because they are small, they have to cook fast. Otherwise, you'll overcook them,
Okay.
okay? So let's see. Another way in which you can also test if that one is working, take a little bit of water and just
Sprinkle. It's hot.
yeah, so it's hot. It tells you that it's hot. So you see, okay. So just slide them in there. Now you are sliding them. Inaitwa time motion study, unajua?
Time motion
Nafikiri
study.
sisi wapishi tunapika tu. Tuko na time motion study. Tunafundishwa yote hiyo. That's why we earn more money.
Okay.
Yeah, because of that time motion study.
I respect
Look
that.
look at your chicken wings vile zinapikika. Unaona hizo? Si wache hiyo kazi ya photography uingilie kazi hii sasa.
I can be convinced.
You can be convinced.
Easily.
Yeah.
I love to eat.
So you can see that they are doing them, eh?
Yes.
Okay, so just check, not yet brown. And you can use two things. You can either use a tongue or you can use a flipper.
Okay.
Remember at that time I said you'll be flipping today. Okay, now something you shouldn't forget is what's in your oven also.
Okay.
This is called multitasking. We are cooking 3 different items at the same time. Sindio? We've got chicken over there, simmering. It's not boiling, it's simmering. Okay? And every now and then you want to turn it so that it cooks both sides. It's cooking in a very, very nice sauce. Now, at the same time, we've also got those things. Look at that. Almost ready. Almost ready. Zinaendelea vizuri hizo hapo ndani. Sindio?
Sana.
Okay, sasa wacha hizi ziendelee tu.
All right.
Now, you don't want to overcook these.
Okay.
They cook very, very quickly. Just remove it and let it continue cooking because the pan is still hot.
Yeah.
Okay? And your chicken is almost ready. Now, let's try to get ready how we're going to set them up. Okay? Let's put these ones aside. Hii kijiko endolee hapa. Alafu utaosha vyombo.
Yes, sir.
Because I'm not going to charge you, so utaosha vyombo.
No
Kazi yako itakuwa ni ananiita saa. Ananiita saa. Yes, sir.
Because you're old.
All right, so you see those are mini hamburgers, and
Yeah.
we also have mini bread.
Ah, that's so cute.
Brian, hebu shika hiyo. Ni mkate tu. Hata you remember that time when anaitwaje yule mshamba. Sasa mshamba ingekuja hapa ndio ingesiangalia hizi akazizungumza sana. I wish mshamba ingekuwa hapa leo. Oh, you want to take a photo aside
They're so
sliding them?
cute.
They are so guys, we don't use the word cute in the kitchen, please. Ati so cute. Hii ni story gani sasa? You remember you did a very good job here.
Yes.
Okay? So push these ones onto the side.
Okay.
Use that fat. Just put them there because the pan is already hot. You just want them and put one next to it so that when you're like twins, you
Yeah.
don't want to separate them and they look
So
different.
they meet at the end.
Yeah. Okay. The top, the top, and the bottom. So,
Yes.
okay. What I will also do here, I'm going to prepare now what we are going to garnish them with. So we've got our tomatoes. Okay.
Yes.
Now, since these ones are mini sliders, you only need half a tomato to do that. At the same time, you also need to keep an eye on the chicken. I think the chicken is almost ready. Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey.
Look at that. Look at that.
Nilikuwa nimengoja sana uni-invite yani.
Brian, kuja ufanye kazi hapa.
Afadhali, unajua
Osha mkono, osha mkono.
ndio
osha
Joy
mkono.
pia apige picha.
Osha mkono.
You want to take
Yeah.
over?
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian ukimpiga picha, sasa anakwenda mtaani huko. Anaanza kuzungumza na kila jamaa. Naambia nilipika leo. Brian,
Yes.
okay my brother. Next step for you.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
You know this is a dangerous place, eh?
Yes,
So
sir.
watch out what you do. Okay, Brian. The next step for you is you take this, you know, and you put it there. And because you've already toasted, you can toast it in 2 ways. Eh? You can either use a toaster or you can use that juice that is up there to make it even much better. You take a little bit of mayonnaise, just a little bit of mayonnaise, eh? Okay, and you put it there. Take a tomato and you put it there. And then this is called a pickle. Pickle, it's like cucumber pickles. They are normally cooked in vinegar and sugar, and you put it up there. And then, Brian, I want to see how fast you can do this. And you place it up there, okay? And then all you need to do, Brian, is to put the top on, okay? Try to do that. And Brian, you need to do it very, very fast, okay?
Yes, sir.
Naitwa saa, eh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so, and if you want to hold them, Brian, now what you do is you take your toothpick, okay, and you just shove it in there. My chicken is very, very ready, Brian. Finish that and we'll start with the chicken. Joy,
Yes.
you want to take photos or you want to serve also?
I want to eat.
You want? Oh, okay. you know, Joy. We don't eat here without tasting, eh?
Okay.
So bring a small spoon there. Yeah. Get one of those teaspoons. Get
Thank
one
you,
of those
Brian.
teaspoons. Hebu chukua kidogo hiyo sauce. Sio kuku sauce. It's very, very hot, my dear.
Wow.
Do you know how to spell wow?
W.
No.
W.
How do you spell wow? It means fantastic. That's how you
It's
spell
amazing.
wow.
Tastes
It's
so
amazing
good.
taste. And
Yes.
very, very simple. Took us less than 10 minutes.
Actually,
to
that
do
was quite fast.
Yeah. And you see, ebu onja tena.
Double dipping. Chef huyo hujamfunza mambo ya double dipping.
Joy.
Delicious.
Joy,
Yes,
you can use another spoon. Heshima hapa.
So I can still taste
You
it.
can still taste it, yeah.
What you're
Unakuja,
refusing is
The
double
double
dipping.
dipping of the
story
spoon.
gani hizi hapa? Kumbe ni I thought mimi nilikwambia wewe ni Brian.
Yeah.
Wewe ni mshamba au nini?
Huyu ni mshamba huyu.
Oh, yeah.
Ajaiva? I think it's ready.
Yeah, it is ready. So we're going to serve it just now. Now, we also, Joy, get me another plate. Get me another plate. Any plate. Now we have to take care of our skewers. Don't forget them, they are down here.
Okay.
Okay? As we are doing all that, and we remove the last one, na hiyo iko ndani. Okay? So, you see that? You've got your beauty.
Wow.
Now, we are going to start serving them. Sasa Joy, you know what? We have to make this guy work faster.
Yeah.
Hebu mfungulie hii.
I'm done.
Mfungulie hii.
One more.
One more. Hebu msaidie Joy, muoneshe vile mwanawake anafanya haraka.
Chop chop. And,
Unaona? Okay, sasa hizi nyingine zote tunaondoa hapa. Tunaondoa hizi taka Joy. Okay? So that we can bring our plates, our beautiful plates. These ones place them there. These ones we'll use them for next time. Place them there. Since we have 3 things, I've decided to bring plates.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
How many are we? 3 or 4?
Can I take a photo, please?
You can take a photo, please. Hata ikimalizika hiyo photo, hiyo story yako ya photo. Okay.
Then we'll eat.
So what we're going to do, Brian,
Yes, sir.
You see, when you come to my shelf, I always have sauces. So I prefer to do this with my sauces, Brian. Okay, I put a sauce underneath there. Okay, okay, and then underneath there, this is what you do. Make it very, very simple. In less than half an hour, you've got your nice skewer. You put your nice skewer there. Okay, Brian? So the next ones, put them on this side. Let's go to the chicken. Okay, so what we do, the chicken, look at how beautiful that sauce is. So, Brian, ebu onja.
Lazima.
Onja, mi najua, you know, you have to give me a seal of approval. Take some of the sauce. Unaona hiyo sauce? Unaona hiyo? Take some of the sauce and put it underneath. Okay? Okay?
I can taste the honey.
And then the honey is there. So you put your,
There.
okay, and then you put that on there.
Yes,
So, all right.
Said deny.
Okay. And as you put that, I'm going to add my, okay, yeah, that's okay. And then I'll put my hamburger there, or my mini slider. Hey, I just used that word hamburger. I went back to Shamba time, eh? Yeah. Okay, so you put it there. All right. There, you put it there. And remember, you are making fun of me the other day. Oh, a few hours ago. Ati, what are you doing with those carrots? Now you see your carrots have become sort of like flowers, eh?
This to just put some green on it.
No, actually, Dania also goes very, very well. You know, you can always chew on it, so you get very, very different flavors.
Plus, it's a garnish.
Yeah, and this, unasikia, huyu anaita garnish. Yeye alikuwa anaita
Garnish.
playing around with carrots. Mimi naita garnish. All
Looks
right,
very nice.
there you go.
Whoa.
Wow.
Simple as that.
You should be taking
Now
a
I
photo.
can take a photo.
Sasa huyu
Beautiful.
jamaa amekaa tu namna ya achukui photo. Ni story gani? You told me you wanted to come here and take photos and cook.
Chef.
And eat.
Joy, do you know how to
Don't
cook
forget. Yes, I do.
now? Hold on. Let's make them closer. See, when you do them closer, then you'll get the perfect shot.
Like a jigsaw puzzle.
Brian, sikia hiyo maneno?
Yeah, jigsaw.
Anaitwa jigsaw puzzle.
Beautiful.
Ajui ilianzia wapi akamalizia wapi. All right, let's go and enjoy it.
Let me help
And,
you.
and you know, these are finger foods. You don't even need to use cutlery or anything of the sort.
Yeah.
You just go there.
You just need clean hands.
Exactly. All you need
And your
is
mouth.
clean hands and your mouth. Exactly, as Joy said. And your mouth. There you go. So who should we invite? These are 4.
Zito, njoo
Leti
ule.
hapo bwana.
Njoo ule.
Hey, Brian, you know these are the
Lakini
guys who
unajua,
make you.
hatukuli kwanza.
These are the guys
Unaona
who make you
mkono.
look good.
Njoo tu na mkono. Joy, have a seat.
Eh?
Thank you.
Have a
Na
seat.
na usikule kikweli, jifanye tu unakula. Eh? There you go. All right. So Brian,
Let me serve some juice.
kumbe you're such a gentleman. Eh?
Nimekumbuka chef.
Yeah, na hizi nyingine mimi nitawekea hawa wengine. Wewe anza hiyo kula, mimi natengenezea jamaa. You know, I have to make my everybody happy in this place.
Yes, sir.
It's the season of making people happy. This is the time to make people happy. We talked about meat sliders, we talked about chicken wings, we talked about the lamb skewers today, which took less than half an hour to make. So joy.
Yes.
Eh? Exactly. And then we just go up. Brian, mimi nakuchukua. Na yangu iko wapi? Twende.
Twende.
Mimi najua unanisahau.
Hapana, sijakusahau.
Brian, one of these days I'm going to refuse to serve you.
Let me get yours.
Alafu tutaona.
Keep
kama
telling
utanisahau.
our viewers what they should do. Maybe to come to this kitchen.
Yeah, actually, just write to us. Just write to us. And anytime you write to us, you'll participate. You know, this morning I was trying to get somebody, and people called me yesterday, but I was busy with other functions, so I couldn't really connect with you. But I haven't forgotten about you. I'll invite you, and you'll be here sharing the same show with us, and we'll be cooking fantastic dishes, especially as we go into the festive season. This is the time to do things with us. This is the time to enjoy. This is the time to talk about love, about celebration, about families, about everything. Join us on KTN Life and Style. Brian, talk about the food now.
Yeah. Before you talk about the food,
Yeah.
I'll let our guests maybe awanze kuonja. Joy, what do you think?
It's delicious.
Brian, you know, when we're talking about health and wellness, most of the time they tell you not to eat a lot, just to be eating in sequence. You know, supposing to eating big meals, eat little by little by little by little. And this is something that you can always do. Yeah? So.
And we do it every Monday.
We do it every
on
Monday.
Life and Style, Health and Wellness.
Yeah.
Keep the conversation going. Hashtag KTN Life and Style. Tell us, what do you think? Ukikula kwa macho pia, tuambie. Unasikiaje? Unasikia uka unashiba ama vipi? When you're eating with your eyes.
How can they reach you?
Yeah?
How can
And you can reach us on KTN Life and Style. That's on Twitter, KTN Life_Style. On Instagram, KTN Life_Style. Joy, what do you think about the food?
It's delicious. And I've learned to cook something that I've always loved to eat in restaurants, and it tastes just like it does in the restaurant.
So Joy, how can people find you? Maybe it's someone who loves your work and maybe wants to get you.
If you'd like to see the work that I do, you can find me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is @joyikonini.
Ikonini.
Ikonini.
What kind of photos do you do? Maybe to our viewers looking into that camera.
I do all manner of photography. From studio production photography, which is what I do here at KTN. I do personal family events.
That was it.
Jamaa amemaliza.
Amemaliza? Na ndo tulimleta hapa afanye hivi. Leo hata amenishinda, unaona? Guys, that's what we had for you today. It's a Monday morning. Maze, have a nice week. Tomorrow we do it again on Artistic Tuesday with Mwikali and Aisha.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. Take care.
Pano kukula tu.